right, guys, how you doing? I'm actually here today in Manchester in New Hampshire, and I'm here with Jesse, and he started watching my videos and sent me a message, and I started watching his videos, and yeah, so I thought I'd bring you up here, and while I'm in there, I'll catch up with Jesse, and he can show us through what he's all about and what he's doing. So let's have a look. So where are we now? What is this place?
So this is called the Manchester Makerspace, and this is kind of a collaborative space where a lot of people get together and pool resources and buy tools together and kind of share the entire space so that everybody can build their own projects, whatever they happen to be. Mine happens to be a race car or two or three, and other people are working on all kinds of different things, from wood turning to electronics to robotics to composite projects, virtually everything. From anything you could want to make, you could make here.
It's like Jesse's already taken me around, and it's really an amazing space. They have a vast collection of tools, and just having the combined knowledge of lots of people who are all creative in whatever way can assist in different jobs and different fields, and it's really an impressive little spot, and I'm quite jealous of the collective mindset of doing something like this.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems that I had when I was just working in my own shop at home was sometimes you'd get to a stopping point and you're just stuck against a wall, against whatever the problem might be. Like, oh, how do I fit this little bracket in here to get this cable so I can reach it? And your brain stops. It, like, all the gears just lock to each other and you're stuck. And sometimes just having a second person who's been through a similar kind of problem, who walks along and says, oh yeah, I've seen that before, and all you need to do is add a little extra cutout on this piece here, and it'll work fine. And all of a sudden your mental block is gone, and you can move on with the project. And not having that around is incredibly frustrating and just demoralizing. It's called a gumption trap. That's my favorite word for it.
I like that.
From Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Gumption trap.
Okay. So let's we'll go around now and just have a quick look in the space. So currently we're in the woodworking shop. So you just I'll just take you through and just show you a bit of the space. And they have quite an array of tools in the workshop, lathes and saws, bench saws, and pretty much everything you think of, even through to laser cutters.
These can do everything from cutting to engravings. They're very, very precise machines.
There you go. Small, detailed, intricate bits and pieces.
And these are the kinds of tools you wouldn't normally have in a home shop. These are more industrial, kind of production level tools.
All right, so we'll move on now, and we'll go through to where Jesse's working.
So this is our more industrial space. It's all concrete floors. You can drop things and not really worry about it. And we have everything from machining in here to metal forming to welding. And this is the project that I've been working on kind of long term. Once upon a time it was a Datsun 280Z. Now it has a rotary engine that's going into it and a tube frame, and it's going to have obnoxiously wide tires. It has 350Z front suspension, 240SX rear suspension. And the idea is to build this as a daily driver that can also race up hill climb mountains. So ideally Pikes Peak next year.
So as you can see, quite a way to go, but it should be interesting. And that's actually what Jesse's channel will be covering is this car's build and his race builds. Over here you can see their metal fabrication shop, milling machine over here, and metal lathe, horizontal bandsaw, vertical bandsaw over here. A whole selection of tools and welders, and the collective knowledge again that just is so beneficial and in a great space. So they all pay a membership fee that covers the rent and the power and the internet connection, heat.
Heat's important.
Heat. They get lots of snow here. We don't get snow in Australia, but well, very little. Yeah, they get a lot of snow up here. So. Yeah, so this is what Jesse's been working on lately, and he's in a mad rush this week, and I'm really bothering him and interfering with his rush, but I'll let you talk about that.
So we're preparing this car for Mount Washington. We need to be up there on Thursday. Today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Jesus, there's No
Today is the 4th of July, people, so
celebrating our independence by building race cars.
that sounds good. Sounds good to me anyway.
Yeah. So the plan for this car is basically add all the safety equipment that's required for Mount Washington and nothing else. We're not adding any power, we're not doing anything fancy to it, we're not trying to make it fast. We just want to get to the top of the hill as safely as possible. So it's been tires, suspension, brakes, new seat, harnesses, a cage, all the padding for the cage, a couple of fire extinguishers, everything to try to mitigate all of the dangers that come with hill climb as possible. And hill climbs are very unforgiving, especially Mount Washington. This is the scariest event I've ever been a part of.
So to give you an idea, as Jesse was telling me, it's actually quite a big deal that he's been invited to this event.
I think it is the oldest motorsport in New England. It started in 1908 and it's been running almost continuously ever since, aside for some gas embargoes during the Cold War. And we're not chasing any kind of records that are modern. We're chasing the 1960s records from Dan Rattan, which is around 9 minutes. He set the record in an absolutely bonkers Porsche at the time.
Yeah.
It was a Porsche-powered 800-pound tube-framed monster little car. And the main difference between then and now is suspension design is a lot better. I'm not using torsion beam axles anywhere in the car. He had them on all 4 corners. And we have much, much better tires now. So this little Miata making 100 horsepower should be about as fast as his car was making for 500 horsepower.
What's the current record, do you know?
David Higgins is right around 6 minutes and 5 seconds. As of 2014, the last time we ran it. This time, he's up to almost double his horsepower from that race and 400 pounds lighter. So I think he's going to be in the 5-minute range.
That's, yeah.
It's incredibly fast. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. But as I said, you're talking about traditionally a well-known underpowered car going uphill against cars with basically unlimited power. It's not fair to compare the two. It really isn't. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But it looks like a whole bunch of fun. It looks like it's a great series, and like you said, something sort of more attainable that you can actually do without having a endless budget and.
Right. Yeah. So all told, including the cost of the car and the registration for the race and making sure all of my crew is well taken care of, they need somewhere good to sleep, they need good food, they need all of the amenities just taken care of them because they're volunteering to help me out. Pretty much everyone in this entire series is a volunteer, and thanks to all of them, this came to around $10,000, including the car, all the prep, and all the associated expenses. Running it in the future would probably be closer to 1,000, maybe 2,000 US dollars.
So you've had a few cars in the past. So why this Miata? I see you.
That's a great question. So I raced the Miata originally. I raced
this one or
a 1.6 Miata.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was fantastic to me. It was wonderful. It was, most importantly, it was really reliable, and it gave me all the seat time that I needed to develop myself as a driver. Then I took a break from building that, sold the car, and started focusing on the Datsun, but that didn't come together quickly enough. So I went back to the tried and true formula of the Miata, but this time I went with a 1.8 engine. And the key to the 1.8 engine isn't that it makes more power, it's a very slight power increase, but it comes with a much better differential. So I can use a torsion limited slip or a clutch limited slip, and we're actually bringing both to the race event, where the 1.6 doesn't really have any good limited slip options.
So what suspension are you running in this? Have you got coilovers in it or something? Or?
We have Flying Miata VMAX coilovers. They're pretty basic.
Yep.
They're soft, very soft for road course or autocross. But we really need that on a course like Mount Washington. All of our hills are pretty undulating, pretty bouncy, pretty bumpy, and we need something compliant, almost rally-like for that. And the same decision with the tires. We wanted plenty of tread. We don't want to run slicks. Again, because there's a dirt section. And
so that's what Jesse's doing here. So if you like what he's doing, go and check out his channel. It's Driven Daily. I'll put a link in the description below. But this has been another fun stop on our tour through the New England area of North America. So as always, If you enjoyed the videos, please like and subscribe to my channel, Home Built by Jeff, and you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at the same place. See you guys.